are back with 843T. I am with Paula Trapani, and Paula is also new resident here at Oldfield, and also you have another hat. You're also the merchandiser for the golf shop.
Right.
So first tell me about how did you get here? What's your story?
My story is that my husband and I bought our lot about 15 years ago with the intent of being snowbirds, but we just built our house like 2 years ago. So we're full residents now here for 2 years, and our idea of snowbirds kind of went out the window, and now we're here full time. Then what happened with the pro shop, my husband volunteered me for the job, and because I do have a merchandising background, I had spent 42 years in the retail industry as a buyer for department stores, specialty stores, and my last gig was with Off-Price. So I have a variety of background in terms of buying responsibilities.
It means you're very well connected.
Yes. Well, I've never bought golf products before, so this has all been a learning process, but it's the same process that you do when you're buying women's sportswear or men's sportswear.
That's pretty neat that you can bring your previous work experience down here into your new lifestyle and your new environment. So tell us a little more about the golf shop and how you go about making those merchandising choices.
When I came in, we really took the time to clean it all up. It had been there. There were a lot of old merchandise, so I spent time with the pros through the fall season of just really cleaning out old merchandise and then getting it ready for spring. Here we went out and I went to all the shows. I went to the PGA show in Orlando. I went up to the New York show. And what I did was I decided I would make a men's group, a younger men's group, and women's. And then we broke it out. We also did accessories, and we do what I call home accessories. So it was all things that would hopefully drive the volume in the club. Obviously the golfers are the most important people, but we really wanted to encompass the whole community. Right. So that's why I went out and did other products. I went after younger lines like Travis Matthews, Penguin, Straight Down, more younger looks for hopefully the younger guys that are living in the community that maybe not necessarily are golfers. Sure. There are a lot of families who live here, and as you know, golf takes a long time, but we wanted to get those younger people into the community that are in the community to come into the shop. Right,
because like you said, it's a great place for people to come and buy a little piece of Oldfield to share in their home or send to somebody, and if they don't want golf apparel, then you've established a whole new department within the store. That's great.
Well, I also have a question for you. Because you're a buyer for golf apparel, you know, on the tour on television, we're watching the players without a collar. So, as you buy, what are we doing here? Do we still have a collar dress code, or are we allowing non-collar? And what are you thinking for buying in the store?
Well, I think that we are still required to do collars. But to that point, based off of what just happened at the Masters, I did, and Tiger Woods is part of Nike, or he represents Nike, so I did buy one of the collarless shirts there just to see what we can do with it. And then we'll have to see where we go from there. But you can certainly wear the shirt, not necessarily on the golf course, you can wear it anywhere. So I try to keep that younger look out there. So we'll see what happens. But I am testing it to see what happens.
There you go.
Well, tell me about the women's brands. You know, I'm always looking for golf apparel, so tell me what you like and your go-tos.
Tail is probably our biggest resource as far as women's golf, and what is driving that business is the dresses. We also do Golf Teeny, we also do GG Blue. I really have been focusing on vendors that aren't necessarily in the big chains like the PGA stores, because you're competing with them or you're competing with outlets. I'm really looking for more unique clothes for women that they wouldn't necessarily find somewhere else, and that would give them a reason to want to buy it here.
Sure. So Mary, Paula, when you're not, Mary is going to talk in a minute, but when you're not working in the shop or on your golf game, what are some other activities that you enjoy at Oldfield?
I've taken up pickleball, so I've been playing
That's
pickleball.
That's a popular thing lately, isn't it?
And Oldfield is working to get courts put in. I do work out at the sports center. I'm very involved. I'm actually on that committee there. And also, outside of here, I'm part of Pack Back Buddies, and I do go once a month to help pack food up for the less fortunate, and then it's delivered to the children's schools for them. And we just had a big fundraiser here in Oldfield and did very well. It was a golf tournament, and the whole community came out and supported it. And we raised a lot of money that helps keep the program going throughout the year.
You know, it's so wonderful. We're finding that so many of the communities like Oldfield are doing those types of things where they're trying to help the surrounding community in our area, and that's just absolutely wonderful.
I agree. And, you know, being part of this community as well, what would you say to somebody? I live at Oldfield. I like it because...
It is a community of really wonderful people. That is the #1 thing I would say. It is like an adult camp, which is great. And there's a
day camp,
day camp, and you can go back to your own bed at night. I would just say it is a beautiful community. The people are lovely. The amenities are beautiful, and we are growing. And it's about we'll get more and more people moving in here, and you just make a much more variety of people, and there's just so many activities that you can participate in.
Sounds beautiful. I think, what do you think, Lisa?
Well, we're finding that, and you probably agree, once you retire and move down here, you're more busy now than you ever were with volunteering and all the extracurriculars. Would you say that's the case?
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's all been enjoyable, and I don't miss work at all. So.
I bet you don't. No. So we're going to hear a little bit more about Oldfield in just a few minutes, so stay right here with more 843 TV.